All right, we've got Tyler Hero, Ashton Higgins, and Keldon Johnson from the Kentucky Wildcats. A couple reminders here. Please, no video on cell phones. Photos are fine, but no video. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. We've got about 10, 15 minutes with the guys here. We'll start off with some questions. Who has a question? We'll get a microphone your way. Who wants to start us off? Well, I can start us off, I guess, then, guys, if nobody else wants to. The season, a fantastic run this season, but it ended a little shy in the SEC tournament. How do you guys bounce back, and what's it like to be back in the NCAAs again?
I mean, it feels good just being able to get another shot. Of course, like you said, we fell short a little bit in the SEC tournament, but we just regrouped and refocused and locked in, and we're ready to go now.
Any questions? Raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. How about on the far left? Yes.
When you guys all made the decision to come to Kentucky, it was probably in part to have moments like this. Now that it's right here, how does it feel to get ready to play on this stage, and do you guys feel prepared for the moment?
I think it's a dream come true for all of us. Obviously, coming to Kentucky, the coaching staff, and just being at Kentucky is going to be, the biggest stage in college basketball. So, we're just happy to be here. As a team, I think we're ready to go, and I'm just ready to attack this tournament.
I would say, it's a dream come true. Just growing up watching this on TV and now getting the chance to play in this tournament, it's a big-time thing, and we're just ready to come and play.
Good question. Raise your hand, and we'll go on the left side here. Yes, sir.
Could either one of you guys just talk about how Calipari gets you to at this point of the year with the expectations and a lot, expected of you guys at this point, and what is the secret? I mean, what does he say? What does he? How does he handle? And how do you guys handle expectations of where you're at right now to try to win a national championship?
We've been just going hard all year, and at this point in the year, he always says it that we just have to fall back on our training, and I think that's a big thing that we do. So I think that as long as we fall back on our training, because if we try to live up to his expectations, that's exactly what it is. How he coaches us every day in practice, and so that's what we're used to. So that's what we just fall back on.
To you guys in the locker room.
Just a second, sir. Go ahead. The mic was off. Go ahead.
All right, we good. Sorry about that. What is Coach Calvin emphasizing to you guys in the locker room in preparation for the tournament and the first game tomorrow?
Like Keldon said, just play to our training. Be as one. Stick together as we on the court, and just go off our training.
Questions here on the far right.
How much of a difference has Reed Travis been for you guys? You're all freshmen. He's obviously a lot older, fifth-year kid. How much has he helped you in terms of maybe coming into a situation like this, even if he hasn't played in a lot of NCAA tournaments?
Reed's obviously a huge part to our team. It really hurt us when he was out for those few weeks, but I think the big guys got to, the guys that didn't get as much minutes, they got to come in and fulfill their role. So. Reed's been a huge part to it. Just being able to, he's a leader. Like you said, he's a fifth-year guy, and, we can look up to him as freshmen. But he does a lot of things that don't show up in the stat book. So, we just, we're happy to have him. We're happy he's back and ready and healthy and ready to go.
It just all depends on the situation or what's going on. Of course, with him being so much older than a lot of us, we ask him for a lot of advice, and he's always guiding us through certain situations that happen in basketball. Whether it's we're down at a certain point or we're getting a little rattled, he's always just there to make sure we're good and bring us back together.
Got a few more minutes left. If you have any questions, raise your hand. Everybody good? All right, guys, thanks a lot. Good luck to you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Coach Calipari will be out in just a few moments. Thank you. Yeah, we'll get around. All right, Coach Calipari is with us now from the University of Kentucky. Watch your knee there, Coach. Sorry about that. If you could, just an opening general statement about your season and being back in the tournament as a 2 seed here.
We had a good run. The team's gotten better. They're coming together. We've got great kids. I mean, they share. It's not about one of them. It's about all of them. They all have worked. They're gym rats. If I go to the office and it's 11 o'clock at night, there won't be one in there. There'll be 4, 5, or 6 in there. They're into it. They've not been in this environment. We don't know how they'll react. I have a feeling they'll be fine, but, a lot of young guys.
All right, we'll get some questions. If you have one, raise your hand. We'll start here on the right side, and then we'll go.
John, can you just give an update on PJ's status? Is he here today, and do you expect him to play tomorrow?
PJ sprained his foot in the Tennessee game. We had him in the boot for a while. X-rays, everything was negative, MRIs. But we sent him to a specialist. Again, precaution. He wants to play. Well, if you know me, I'm like, wait a minute. Let's go get one more level of this. So we expect him. He's not here with us right now. He'll probably be here in an hour or so. But we sent him to the specialist to make sure that he can't harm himself. We expect him to play.
Next question. Let's go here on the right side. Yes, sir.
Coach Dusty Baker, KTAB News. You look at ACU, it's a very different team, obviously, in many ways, first time in the tournament, and then your program has established itself. Is there anything to be concerned about with that program? Is this just another matchup for you guys? Kind of what is your mentality going into this?
Well, again, I've been in this thing a bunch, and I tell you, it doesn't matter because everybody's 0-0 right now. You don't look beyond anything else. All we're worried about is Abilene Christian because they're good enough to beat us. I watch their games. I'm impressed with how they play both inside and outside. They defend. They make it hard for catches. They try to steal balls. They scramble the game up. They're good. They're well coached. Again, a 16 beat a 1 last year. There's been 15s that have beaten 2s. And so you just go in and you worry about yourself. Again, I'm trying to explain to these guys, you don't play to the opponent. You don't play to the tournament. You don't play to the TV or the crowd. You play to your training. If you can do that, you'll be able to do that for 40 minutes. If you do the others, you're going to be able to play for 15, and it's not good enough to win in this tournament. And again, I've been doing this 30-some years. I mean, it's play to the training, stay in the moment is the message to these young guys.
Let's go here on the aisle, then we'll go here next. Yes.
Nick Mantis, K-Texas News in Abilene. What do you see as you're looking at the game film? You're talking about how you want to make sure that you're focusing on yourself. Everybody has a game plan going in. What type of challenges to
so you get hit in the mouth, and then that game plan goes away.
That's right. That's right.
Again, we've got to take care of the ball because they want to steal balls. They play aggressive. Their 5-man can shoot. So if you don't go play him, he's making shots. The championship game they played, he made the 2 threes that ended the game. It was their 5-man. So you look at this and say, they've got drivers. They got a couple guys that are making threes. They can stretch you out. They can get you near the basket. I mean, they're good. They're good. And defensively, they're not just giving you baskets. You're going to have to fight because they play. They're well coached.
Let's go here left of the aisle, then we'll come back down to the second row.
Owen Simpson, ACU Optimist. Coach, you've consistently had success recruiting players that have a future in the NBA. How do your players on this team compare to the great players you've coached in the past?
Every team I coached is different, and I mean that literally. Like, I come in each year, and it's a brand-new team. This team is skilled, one of the higher skilled teams that I've had. This team has been able to stay in the moment and be about each other which in this day and age with social media, with the clutter around them, with the people, you know, the flattery they get, which is you're better than so-and-so, you should be shooting more shots. Why? They hear this, the enable and being enabled, and to fight that, this team has done unbelievable. Is there an Anthony Davis or a Carl Towns, and they all get mad. Now, they want all 30 of them want me to mention them right now. Do you guys mind if I mention all 30? The $2 billion in contracts those kids make, I can do it if you want me to, but these kids are different. Now, they're professionals too. They're going to be in that league. But they're doing it together, and different guys are doing it. The one advantage we have with this year's team is Reed Travis. I mean, I've not coached a 23-year-old since I left UMass. And he is so professional in how he handles everything. Practices, preparation, training himself, and also getting his body right. So, you know, he's one of those guys. Now, he's not been in this tournament. So he's another one that you look at, other than PJ. The other guys really, Nick played a few minutes, but they've not been significant in this thing. So that's something we got to see, how it turns out.
On the second row here, and we'll go to the far left next.
Jerry Tipton, Lexington Herald Leader. I was going to ask you about Reed and how big of a challenge is it for him to stay focused with finally getting to the NCAA and then with the Final Four in Minneapolis, his hometown.
Is that where it is?
That's what I hear.
Wow. I grabbed him today. I said, you've prepared your whole life for this. And I said, have a ball, man. Have a ball. And if he relies on his training instead of thinking of all the, he will be fine because no one trains like him. And whatever you ask him, I can get on him, like really hit him, and he's fine. He never wavers. I mean, he missed a free throw last game, and I just screamed at him, make a free throw, and he made the next one. I mean, he's, you know, I've had a ball coaching him. I mean, absolutely, every day I walk in, he's kind of like I used to say with Jamal Murray, who would smile and make me smile. Every time I see him when I walk in the gym, Travis, I smile. You know, I know he's going to give us everything he can.
Far left, Coach.
Matt Jones, Kentucky Sports Radio. Your team's had a really good job at the end of games this year, making
Till
plays.
The last one.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. There were some uncharacteristic turnovers, et cetera. Do you look back at it? Well, I mean, one of them maybe could have been something else.
But there's stuff I can't say here.
And I can't either if you see the news. Is it possible that, is it just one of those things? Was it a fluke one game?
There were, if you looked at what you're talking about, go back and look at the tape. You may have a different opinion. And the second thing is, and I told them this, when you go through a season, you have to learn how to finish games off, which we have. You have to learn how to be down 10 or 11 and come back and win, which we have. You have to learn about playing fast, playing slow, playing against pressing teams. We played against a team that, thank goodness, played a 1-3-1. No one plays it anymore. But what if you get it in the tournament? And I've got all young guys. This isn't like, well, 2 years ago. No, they weren't here 2 years ago. So it's been a great experience in our league. There have been so many games that were won in the last minute for every one of our teams in our league. We got 8 teams in, and the other 2 were on the bubble. Like it could have been 10 teams. And every team played through this league, gave themselves a chance now to come in this tournament and do well.
On the aisle, to the right of the aisle in the middle, yes.
Jordan Huffett, it's Abilene Reporter News. You mentioned all the young guys that have played as many NCAA tournament games as ACU guys have, but when you wear that blue, when you wear that Kentucky, there are the expectations. Just kind of how do you manage the expectations and the pressure that comes with that UK on your shirt?
That's overrated. No one wants, they don't care if we win or lose at Kentucky. They're fine. As long as we really do the right stuff, we're okay. The one advantage that we have coming in to a tournament like this is every game we play is someone's Super Bowl, and 98% of the time the other team has nothing to lose. I don't care who it is. If you come to Rupp, you have nothing to lose because most teams are not going to win in that building. If we go to their place, they have nothing to lose, plus they have the fans. In this tournament, everybody has something to lose, and we're used to playing that way. So that helps us more than anything else. The kids, I think they're proud to be in the uniform, but I don't think it weights on them more than any other uniform. But they're proud, and they know what happened before them, and they know how every one of those players left this place better than when they all got here. And they know they all finished the term academically, which is why we finish in the top 10 in the APR, and they send us awards, which you guys don't hear about, every year because we're one of those schools that finishes in the top because the kids finish the term and do what they're supposed to academically. That's the culture that's been left, and that's the culture that you leave when you leave here.
Got about 5 minutes left with the coach. Let's go here on the left side in the middle first, and then we'll get to you next, and then Gene in the back.
John, Don Marcus from the Baltimore Sun. In terms of the way Emmanuel has played of late,
it's been great.
Is that just seeing the ball go in, or is it coming here and maybe adjusting to playing with guys who are as good, if not better, than him?
Emmanuel Quickly's probably improved as much, if not more, than anybody on our team. He's another one that lives in the gym. I'm trying to get him to slow his mind down. In this game we play, you can have your feet move real fast, but your feet can't move fast and your mind move fast. And getting him to slow down his mind so that he can read stuff better, that's been what we've worked on all season. He's getting better and better and better. From where he was defensively to where he is now, from where he is decision-making and shot-making and play-making to where he is now, not close. I am so proud of him and so happy for him. He and Ashton playing together, subbing for each other, it's worked out well.
To the left side, and then we'll go to the very back next.
Coach Grant Boone for CBS Sports and the ACU Sports Network. 30 years now for you at this level. Can you do
35 maybe. I know. I started when I was 8, but
do you have an appreciation, or can you remember like what Joe Golding is going through here, about to coach his first NCAA tournament game? I think your first was maybe your 4th year at UMass, maybe. Do you remember what that was like at all?
It took us 3 years to get to 500. And then I think we went in the NIT and advanced. We went and advanced to a Final Four, which this whole school went crazy because we were in the NIT and went to the Final Four. We didn't win it. And then the next year, it was year 4 that we were in the NCAA tournament. And Jim McCoy and Will Herndon and Anton Brown and Harper Williams, Tony Barbie, Lou Rowe, who was a beast. And I could name the other guys if you'd like, but as I get older, I do slip up a little bit. But that run and what was done during that time with those kids, and again, they shared, 5 guys in double figures, defended, tough, scream. We used to do screaming rebounds. When you rebounded, you had to scream. Like, you didn't just go grab the ball, ah! And the other team's like, these dudes are crazy. But we would do stuff and have a ball with it. And at the time, we didn't know better. I didn't know, until you get off your own campus and you're on somebody else's campus and you see, like, wow, you don't realize. But it was a fun time, and yeah, I do know it's an exciting time, and you want your kids to have a ball with it, and I imagine that's what he's trying to do. Let's have fun. We had nothing. Let's go. Let it go. Shoot the ball. So that's what makes it dangerous when you're the other coach. And that's what happened for us there. We played so hard and with so much enthusiasm that we won some games. Was that the year that we played Kentucky and we would have beat them, except there was a stepped out of the box in the Spectrum, I remember. See, the Spectrum had different colors because it was a Spectrum. And so if you were across the court like 62 feet away, you would have thought I was out of the box. But I looked down and I'm like, I'm in the box. You can't see the Spectrum, the lines. That's how we lost the game. When did we beat them? The first game of 95. We beat them with, I think they had 11 NBA players on that team. Something like, oh, they got us back. Okay.
2 quick ones. We'll get you out of here, Coach. Let's go to the back and then to the far right.
Coach, Gene Fournette from the Florida Times-Union. In your 30-plus years in the business, can you recall the first time you crossed paths with Rick Byrd? And what are your impressions of the job that he's done taking a team from NAIA to Division I independence to now in the OVC?
Well, he and I are friends. I went up and was in his house this summer because I wanted him to tell me some 5-out stuff, some backdoor stuff, some shooting, because I thought we had a skilled team and I wanted to learn some different stuff. And we ended up spending an afternoon together with he and his assistant Tyler. But I've watched, we've had to play him. When I was at Memphis, he reminded me we played him, because I won't play him now. Like, don't call me, I'm not playing you. You're the most dangerous team in the country. No one knows how good you are or how good you coach. But I texted him last night after the game and just said I was so happy for him. When we play in Nashville, we go to Belmont to practice, and he always opens up the gym to us. And he's been so involved, not as a coach, we all know. He's a Hall of Fame coach. He's 800 wins. He's ridiculous. But also for the game of basketball. He's been on the rules committee. He has spent time. And to be on those committees, it's like time consuming. He was an athletic director on the committees, coaching basketball. He finally gave up the AD stuff. He just wants a coach. He's a coach's coach is what he is. And he's great at what he does. Great for his kids. Has an unbelievable. He still has a fight and fire, but his kids love him.
Last one, Coach. We'll get you to practice.
And Spencer, WHAS 11. John, your reaction to the fact your players don't believe you could survive by yourself in the wild?
They truly don't know me. I probably would struggle wrestling a bear, but other than that, I could live off the grid. Well, when we watch the shows, I say, I could do that. And she busts out, you couldn't do that for 4 minutes. But no, I could. I really could. Really could.
Coach, thank you, and good luck.